Part 5, Rehearsing the Drill. In this final podcast, we'll talk about our basic rehearsal procedures. This includes your individual responsibilities and the basic protocol that will help us be effective in rehearsal. As we're learning the drill, we want to be sure to connect it to the music. You should mark the drill moves into your music so the count structure is clear. If there's an 8-count hold, it should be marked in your music and you should memorize it in that 8-count chunk. If there's a 16-count move that follows that, memorize in that chunk. Make sure it's marked in your music so that the count structure is crystal clear. When we're in rehearsal, in a music rehearsal, always mark time so your feet are moving during moves and hold during holds. So you get used to connecting your feet moving with specific music, your feet not moving with specific music. The better you can do to connect the feet to the music you hear and you play, the more effective our rehearsals are going to be and the better you're going to be able to perform the drill. Our basic strategy for learning drill, when we rehearse a move, it'll always start with 8 counts of tap. If it's coming from the drum major or the drum major, you'll hear tap, 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 now you move. If you hear it from the metronome, you're going to hear 8 distinct taps. Doesn't matter what the meter is, you're always going to start with 8 counts of taps. And consistency just helps us to be more effective. You always want to start from an accurate formation. Remember, your job is to learn your pathway and your step size. If you don't start from an accurate form, then you can't learn the pathway, you can't learn the correct step size, and that repetition is now wasted. So always start from an accurate formation so that you can focus on that pathway and that step size. Once you've mastered your pathway and your step size, once you've got it learned, be consistent. Other people are counting on you. It's not just about you, it's about everybody else in the group. You have to be consistent so the people around you can be consistent so we can all have clear, accurate drill. If you march accurate pathways with even step sizes, dressing is going to be easy. Also, if you dress well, it's going to be easy to march accurate pathways and step sizes. One thing helps the other, helps the first. Finally, and this is really important, if someone near you can see a solution to a problem you're having, be grateful for the information. Let them help you. If someone near you is struggling, kindly, graciously help them also to see what they need to do things a little better. The more we can work together, the more we can leave our ego set aside and work together and help one another, the faster we're going to learn and the more accurate we're going to be. Take the information, use the information, help one another. We're all in this together. A basic strategy for connecting drill moves together is using this -1+1 system. Every time we rehearse a move, we're going to start in the -1 position. This means your right foot should be on your dot in the prep step position, and your left foot should be 1 count back on the previous move. So your left foot is standing on the last count of the previous move. Your right foot is on your dot in the prep step position. So then when you start the new move, you're in the prep step and you start and connect that previous move to the new move. At the end, you want to go to what we call the +1 position. That means your right foot, again, is on your dot in the prep step position for your next move, and your left foot is 1 step into the next move that follows. So every time we rehearse one move, we're doing the 1 count of the move before and 1 count of the move after. That helps us connect one move to the next move so that we can be really smooth and clean in those transitions. If you happen to be coming from a hold or going to a hold, then your feet come together into that hold position. So if you start a move from a hold, your feet, there is no -1, you start from that hold. If you end in a hold position, then there is no +1, you end in that hold position. If we can be consistent with those, that's going to be really helpful for us. Our basic rehearsal protocol is going to be: we set in a -1 position. You'll get called to set. start in that -1 position with instruments up, ready to move. Listen for the instructions, listen for the 8-count tap off. Then at the end of the move, freeze in your +1 position. When you hear a double tap from the drums, then roll your left foot back from the +1 position and dress the form. Very important that during this time, that before you hear the double tap, you freeze so people can look around and see what's going on. Then roll back, dress the form, keep your horn up, stand up straight because the people around you need to be able to see what's going on. So if you put your horn down and you move out of your spot, they can't dress to you and then the system breaks down. So hold that. We'll make it as quick as possible. Then you'll eventually hear a single tap from the drums or the drum major. That's when you can bring your horn down and stand by in place. So you'll hold your place, get ready for the next move. If we can stick to this protocol with everybody, we get maximum repetitions. The repetitions is what's going to make us great. It's really important that we stick with this and that we help one another stay with this protocol. It's going to make us effective. It's going to make us great.